The war wounds of a military wife. Having met my ex-husband as teenagers, I fully encouraged him to follow his dream and become a frontline soldier. What I didn't expect was the monster it would create. Having served in Iraq, Afghanistan and deployed to many other countries for 6 months at a time, I fully supported the life I had entered into the day I married him. I would wait on tenterhooks for the phone calls, emails, and watch the news 24/7 just for reassurance that he was safe, and spent all my time counting down until his return. Family and friends would gather to welcome the hero. His charm, charismatic ways would swoon, but behind closed doors would be a monster, full of anger, hate, aggression, verbal insults, control, road rage incidents and paranoia. Then came the psychological abuse followed by physical abuse. I would put this behaviour down to what he had experienced in work. This would justify it. And after all, my role was to support these issues and be the perfect military wife who understood and didn't dare challenge or correct his behaviour as it wasn't his fault. The circle of life continued for many years, but it was getting darker. The abuse was getting more frequent, and the alcohol that he consumed was becoming more apparent on each leave period. The control became unbearable, and I believed it was all my fault. I believed I was a weirdo, freak, slag, tart, just a few of the things I would be called in everyday conversations. I believed no one liked me, my clothes were disgusting, and how I shouldn't wear makeup or perfume. I slowly started to feel isolated from family and friends through his manipulative ways and motives, but not for one moment realised this was domestic abuse. I was bribed with gifts if I stayed at home instead of socialising with friends, and thought this was because he loves me so much. He controlled the finances, and I wouldn't dare question where the money was spent, as I was told to shut up and be lucky for what I had. I was anxious, scared, living in fear, and conditioned into this person I no longer recognised. It took until the abuse got physical for me to realise this behaviour wasn't my fault, and I was a victim of domestic abuse, kicked, strangled, spat at, shaken and thrown across rooms, even out the house where I would land on a neighbour's doorstep. These physical attacks were always alcohol-fuelled, and the next day he would be so sorry. Why didn't I leave? Because I was scared, lonely and financially dependent on him. It took until the night he went to kill me. I was lucky enough to decide to stop, taking his hands from around my neck. He said I wasn't worth the prison sentence, and that's the reason I am alive today. He received a suspended prison sentence, and he kept his role in the armed forces. I received no support or contact through the whole court process from the welfare department, and when I asked for help, they denied he was even in the armed forces, telling me they had never heard of him, even after I quoted his military ID number. They also attended court with him to support him while I attended alone, as I didn't wish for my family or friends to hear the full details of the physical attack and coercive control I had encountered. I don't feel I failed as a military wife. I feel the military failed me.